And I'm just going to check out if it's going to be safe here or not. Well, it looks pretty fresh as well, to be honest. Oh, there's the cow over there. Well, here I am on another bike packing overnight adventure. I still think this is a cheap hobby for retired people or anyone who wants to get outdoors. But my kit is very cheap and efficient. I also share the gear I'm using tonight. So I've cycled about 5 miles and I've probably got another mile or so to go. But to get to where I want to camp, I'm going to have to go a little bit off-piste. So I may have to carry my bike through the woodland a little bit. Good thing about this place is it's far enough from any car park. So I don't expect to have any visitors really tonight. But there are a few animals to look out for. There are some Highland cows in this area. I think I might have a solution, but it's not somewhere I'd normally camp. So now I'm off the track, approaching the woodland, or in the part of the woodland. I'm just trying to find my way to the spot. It's lovely and quiet. Haven't seen anybody so far. When I do these also, I like to go in the less popular routes. So I'm not going through the main footpath. I like to go on the less walk path. So I like to be not noticed at all when I'm going into an area. I just feel safer that way, that nobody's seen me going in. More at peace knowing that nobody's seen me. Definitely that time of year now in the south of England where the blackberries are ready and they are so sweet. Okay, so now I'm in the midst of the trees, which is where I wanted to be, and I'm just going to check out if it's going to be safe here or not, because there's obviously there is cow dung in the trees here. I'm just going to check if I can find the little wooden shelter which is here, which I visited before, and see if I can make that cattle proof. The shelter's still there, which I'm surprised by. I thought that could have been pulled down. The good news is the cows aren't here at the moment, but whether they come in here in the night or maybe to shelter in here, but there's no real food for them in here, so maybe it's unlikely. It's just something I found a few months ago when I was walking around this area, and here it is, the secret woodland shelter in the trees. And my thinking is that I can probably use this additional wood to make it cattle proof, and if they did come round they wouldn't come in. But I don't know, what do you think? Is it worth a try? I think it's worth a try. It's such a lovely spot here. But I think I'll lay low for a bit, as is normal, have a drink, just chill out, just assess things for safety wise. It's lovely and flat here. I'm just going to sleep along here next to these. They're not going to fall down. They've been here for ages. I can see out in this direction. And I'm going to use these just to put across to block the entry. What could possibly go wrong? I think it'll be okay. That'll do for the chair. Ideal for covering the bike. And it can't be seen now from a distance, whereas before Anyone walking over there probably see that, which is what you want to do on these sort of camps. Just blend in with the environment. Perfect. All my gear is going to be like very dark tonight, so you're not going to be able to see me in there. Fully grown man playing in the woods. I think that's good enough, to be honest. It's just a barrier so to mark my territory out. It's a little bit bushcrafty, isn't it? But this is probably as bushcrafty as I get. I do like a bit of bushcraft, but it's not something I do that often, and I wouldn't take it too seriously. But oh, there's a cow over there. Now the thing is, these cows are a little bit scary. There you go. There. So they're not a million miles away. It's a cow, I think. Is it a bell or a weight, or what's it got around its neck? I think it's some sort of location device. It does say about location device. Hello. So would you camp with these around? Put in the comments. Is this crazy, camping here? So I'm just going to play it by ear for a few hours. See if it's safe to stay the night. If there's just one or two, I'm not that worried. But if there's like, becomes a whole herd of cows surrounding me, I may make my escape. Cheers. I think this is going to be fine here. So whoever set this up, I set it up to have a good field of view. If you're out on that footpath, looking into here looks pretty dark. So as long as I'm not lit up by the sun, no one's going to see me anyway. One thing I do check for doing a camp in a woodland like this is I look for branches that could fall off and injure you in the night, or injure you or worse in the night. And it seems that whoever built this has sort of had that in mind, actually, because there's a few trees which are sort of leaning, but they're leaning away from this exact location, and there's really nothing major above, but there's no significant overhanging branches there that are likely to crack off. It's going to be a safe one. Obviously a lot of cows coming here. It looks pretty fresh as well, to be honest. If you know your cow dung, it's not bear dung. So is it as scary as bear dung? I don't think so. And I've got a very basic camping setup which I'm going to show you, which is probably this time of year you can have the lightest possible kit, can't you, especially when it's so warm. But I'll show you what I've got. I've got my backpack. I brought my smaller backpack today. It's a 45 litre backpack, which it's quite a basic one. I think this was my first backpack I bought, so really is basic. I think it was like £30 or something at the time, but I've had it 6 years. It served me well. It's okay for an overnighter, but anything more than that, it would be a little bit too not that comfortable, because it doesn't have like a frame, or you can't keep it off your back, so you tend to get a little bit hot. It's just got a basic padding. It's just a basic entry backpack. So it's got padding, but it's not got a frame, so it doesn't let any air flow behind you like my Osprey pack. But it's still got a belt and everything else, and pockets, and it does the job, actually. It does the job quite well. So what have I got in the backpack tonight? I've got the pillow. That's my camping pillow, which is pretty essential. My electrics, which I've got, you know, my charger and things for filming and things like that. So that weighs a little bit. In here I've got my hydration system, which is the Osprey, a water pack here, which basically means I can bring 1.5 litres of water in there in the backpack, and I can just drink through this nozzle here whenever I'm thirsty, so that's good in the hot weather. I've got this, which is, that's all I've got for my tent. It's like a netting from the snug pack. It's just the inner from the snug pack. So I'll get that out and show you. It's just like, so I'm sleeping just literally under like a mosquito net, really. That's all it is. So very basic. That would take 5 minutes to set up. Brought my thinner quilt, which I use on these camps. So I've got this one tigress quilt, which is fine for these summer camps. Doesn't weigh much. It is a down quilt, so it is light and very warm. And this is the only thing really that I suppose you could say isn't cheap. That's the Thermarest air mat, which is an investment, and I use it on every camp all year round. Totally insulated. I mean, that cost, I don't know how much it costs now, but it costs £200. But I've used it. How many times have I used that? 30, 40, I know, getting up there times I've used that over the last few years. Never had an issue. So that's it really. It's a very basic kit. So I thought I'd try it out. I've never actually just slept in that just like that without the outer on it, on the snug pack. I've always used it just with this. Obviously I've got the poles for this as well. I didn't get those out because you can't actually assemble that without the poles. Moment of truth. Yeah, I have the frame, so hopefully it will still stand up without the outer. I'll get it set up and I'll show you then. Inner of the snug pack just about goes in, only just. I had to move the bike wheel to get the pegs in, and that's the shelter out in the open tonight. Is bike packing in style, isn't it? In a bushcraft shelter. So now I've just got to get in, air mat and the quilt and the pillow. If we did by any chance have any rain, which is very little chance if any, I just take off the tarp off the bike and put it over the top and hope for the best. Got my pillow, Thermarest underneath, and the quilt. It's going to be really cozy in there. You can see in there, you can see out across the woodland. So for dinner, what have I got? Nothing too exciting, but at least it's food. Well, dairy milk caramel, that's dessert. It's not super healthy tonight, but I have been eating healthy regularly, so. And this one is just like I think it's a Ginster's meat slice, beef slice or something. I just put it in this bag. It's a very simple, basic food because I don't want to be out here with a naked flame tonight. I'm going to eat this cold food, which is, I think that's the best thing to do in this hot weather. So it's that time now. It's about 20 past 8. It's starting to go darker a little bit earlier now. Plus in this woodland, it's a lot darker than it looks on the camera. I'm just doing a little walk around just to walk off my steak slice, which isn't the ideal thing just to eat before you lie down. That's it, I'm in. And it's pretty flat actually in here. I think I'm going to be absolutely fine. I'm in the tent, but it looks like I'm outside the tent, doesn't it? Oh, it's lovely actually. Ah, so relaxing. So I made it through the night, believe it or not. There were no cows. No cows came in here. So, but I was safe anyway, but no cows. Very, very quiet. It was just, I suppose I've not camped out for quite a while, so the whole environment is a little bit strange. Especially in a woodland, you can hear the creaking of the trees at certain points when you've got when the wind gets up slightly, but it wasn't. It's only a few times. Other than that, it's very peaceful. Unfortunately, my pillow has got some leak, so it kept going down, so that didn't help. So it was pretty broken night's sleep, to be honest, but I did at least sleep. But yeah, I did wake up quite a few times, but that's what it's like sometimes, isn't it, when you're out camping in a woodland, when you don't do it often. And also when you're not quite sure about the environment. But I've survived, and it is just so good waking up somewhere like this. I haven't brought my breakfast, but I'm gonna have some water and start getting things together. Sunrise. This is the best life. Dusk. You go to bed, and sunrise you get up for a new active day. It looks like the golf course people are out already watering. You can see them watering everywhere. So on the bike now, I'll be able to ride across the golf course, but I can walk across it, and there's no danger, I don't think, at this time of being hit by a golf ball. Already out mowing the green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people maintaining that golf green, probably going around one at a time. It's a bit embarrassing. I've got to turn back now because it's impossible to get the bike through that turnstile. It's a bit of a shame really, because I could just walk across the golf course. Okay, so I found another way. Climbing over the fence. Not easily put off. And I'm in. So the adventure continues. I'm going to get told off now probably, but let's see. There he goes. Right. Oh, it's fine. They don't care. He's got too many greens to cut. Monday morning. I'm very thankful on Monday mornings. What I could be doing, what I could be getting ready for. But it's going to be another lovely day. Another warm one. It's going to be, I mean, overnight the temperature didn't drop. Really, I mean, it was like 18, 19 degrees all night, which is quite a good temperature. In fact, didn't really need the down jacket really. It just kept me just a nice temperature. Didn't need the quilt at all really, so I could have left that at home. So I could have been even more lightweight, just gone without the quilt. But it's nice to have the quilt just in case, isn't it? So all in all, a successful camp, a bike camp, and now I've got about 6 miles to cycle home. which isn't going to take me that long because a lot of it's downhill. Okay, back to the road. The bike packing continues. Nice to be back on the bike because you get more of a breeze. It's cooler at this time of the day because the air is actually cool. So it is definitely the best start to the day. Just get on your bike and cycle home. I don't know if you can do this in your schedule, but why not try a bike camp? It doesn't have to be in a bushcraft shelter, but why not try it? Especially in August, if the weather stays like this, you can get away with it with a very cheap tent. You know, you can buy a tent for what, £20 or something now. They're very cheap tents. They're not very good, but or you could just sleep outdoors in your sleeping bag if you're brave. I mean, I've not done that. I always have the bug net, but I'm sure it's probably fine. But just watch out in certain areas for ticks and things like that. That's why I usually have some sort of protection, a bivy bag or something. Anyway, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Back on our travels very soon. Some more traveling videos. But you never know. I might be able to fit another camp in on the travels. If not, it'll be in a couple of weeks when I'll do more of National Cycle Route 1 north of London. So I'll be doing that as well. So please stick around for that. Please leave a comment. And look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.